Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Welcome to my channel. Have you got a chance to take a look at my last video? In my last video, I was sharing with you 8 brand new background stamps. I have finished 8 brand new background stamps and also 8 combo set, and I'm in the process of making prototype. As soon as when I receive the prototype, I will share these 8 brand new combo set image with you. I know you can't wait. It's going to be so exciting and I love every single images. So stay tuned, they are coming soon. A lot of companies, when they design their package, they didn't really stamp the image. They actually used the Photoshop to create those colorful, very attractive image. Be honest with you, sometimes it is looks so attractive, it's so pretty, but when you buy the stamp, it's really hard to create the same effect by using the rubber stamp. So today's video, I'm actually going to share with you how I created this beautiful moon background by just using the impact. So I can guarantee you all Local King rubber stamps stamp image. If you see the package, you can create exactly the finish by using the rubber stamp. So today we're going to focus just on how to create this background. If you have any question, feel free to leave me a comment. I always read my comments. Oh, one more thing. If you're trying to contact with me, now recently I received a lot of those kind of telemarketing and the fraud phone. The best way to reach me is send me an email. I always respond my email. That's the best way to reach me. For our Canadian customer in September 24th and 25th, we will be in Alberta. I'm very sorry, the border is still closed. We are not able to cross the border, but we will be in the Edmonton, Alberta. So if you are in the neighborhood, make sure you stop by, say hi. Okay, so let's start today's video. Before we start today's video, don't forget summer sale is starting yesterday. So 15% off for all the online store, all the regular prices. And that's not include the 2021's fall new release. But for my YouTube viewers, you always get this 5% extra discount code. And this 5% off discount code is good for everything. So the code is local is a LKYT2021F. So it's Local King U2 2021 fall F as a fall. So LKYT2021F. Okay, so that's to start today's video and I hope you like it. Okay, so today I'm going to actually use these moon background stamps and I am going to use this Call of the Wild combo set to decorate this car. You can use anything you like and I think this is just an awesome project for guys. Okay, so I actually this stamp, this moon stamp, is actually reverse image. So I tried to stamping on the glossy paper and I actually found that it's a kind of challenge. When you want to stamping on the glossy paper, it's like you want to paint your car. They have to painting that car in the like a spray booth because it cannot have any dust on the paper or any dust on the stamp. So it is a little bit challenging to stamping this in like a reverse image, especially this solid, big solid image on the glossy paper. So I'm going to explain to you what did I do. And then so for this project, I will recommend you just use a regular cardstock. And I found that this 110 pounds regular cardstock from Michael's recollection is actually very good quality. And then this is the card that I just use regular cardstock, nothing fancy. But I want to share with you what did I do and maybe when you are working on your project, you are going to have the same issue. I know you guys like to see the processing and you like to learn what kind of mistake I make and then so that you can avoid it. Okay, so this is just a regular cardstock. See, the color is just so like a solid, you don't really see through, and I'm going to explain to you what did I do. Okay, so this is the first attempt. It's just like a black image, and then on my package there is some color, right? If we just do the like a dark black, it kind of boring, so I want to create it, I want to give a little bit color. Okay, so this is what it look like when I stamping on the glossy cardstock. You can see this paper is pretty shiny, right? The problem is when I stamping on the glossy cardstock, if your stamp, your table, your working station, even on your paper have a little bit dust, you are going to have a hard time to get a nice stamp image. In the beginning, I say, well, what's wrong with me? Maybe something wrong with my stamp. And then I try on the glossy paper. I cannot get a very, very solid, like a perfect stamp image. And then I tried a few times, and then finally I switched to the regular cardstock, and I didn't have a problem with that. So I try to use a few of the different kind of impact if you are okay with that. So this one I actually did with StayOn. I think if we want to stamping on the glossy surface, StayOn is the best impact. And then I use the VersaFine and the VersaCraft. So see, there's a lot of white spot, but I actually find it's kind of okay because they kind of like a star, right? So if that doesn't bother you, you can go for it. So this is a VersaFine. I think yeah, this is a VersaFine impact. They not really glossy compared with the StayOn. So if you want to use the StayOn, you got to make sure your impact is nice and juicy. And if after you stamp, you have to peel off your paper, that means is your StayOn is too dry. And I'm going to share with you few of how I stamp to get a perfect image when you use the impact, which is not really moisture. Okay, so this one is a VersaFine, and I think I did try to stamp with a Memento. Okay, so this one you can see. I think this one is a memento, and it's just one layer. And but you can see those little white dots. They are not a defect item. They are just some dust stuff. Maybe it's embossing powder or anything. It's just not the dust free. It's like when you do the foil, you cannot have any dust. And I try to dust it with brushes, and then I guess I need a spray booth. So just to stay on the safe side, just use a regular cardstock. But if it doesn't bother you, these white spot, you can totally go for it. So I just want to share with you, I did try to use a few of the different kind of impact on the glossy paper, and then this white spot is just some kind of challenging for me to get like 100% perfect black stamp image. Okay, so that's something I wanted you to know. So if you are planning to stamping on the glossy paper, that's probably you are going to have at least issue. So for those white dots, okay. So but like this one, I almost get there. You can stamp like a 2-3 times. They will definitely help, but on the regular cardstock, that will just solve all the problem, right? Okay, so a lot of you guys ask me, say, hey Lisa, why your background stand is like a small size? Why can't you make it a little bit bigger? It's just the cost. If we want to go bigger, like a bigger background, I have the cost is just way too much. The A2 size background is the most economic way to provide the background stand. But if you want to go like go bigger, like now this is background stand is $12.99. If we want to get more bigger, that means each plate we can only put it two, and we're going to waste a lot of space. I don't think so. You want to pay too much money, $24 for one background stamp. I think that's just too much for a background stamp. And then, but in my video, I have been sharing too many times how to extending your background stamp. See, I have an A2 size background. I have an A2 size car, and I have a 5x7 car, and then it works just perfect. And then like this one, later on you can, if you want to make a like a slimline size car, you want to make a vertical, you can do it too. You want to like do the scrapbooking pages too, you can just extend it. So there's always a way, you know, that's what's the fun part for like a crafting, because not everybody can paint or draw, but everybody can create. You can use the tool to create the final project that is your project. So the stamp is just the tool. Okay, so I am going to share with you few of the great way to stamp the background, this reverse image, and especially when you have the impact is not very juicy, what are you going to do? So that's started. Okay, so this is the paper that I was talking about. I think it's a 15.99 Canadian dollars. It's a 110 pound. It's a really good quality. I really like it, and it's how many sheets? That was like 100 sheets, so it's perfect. Okay, for the impact, and recently I got at least VersaFine Clara, and I like it. They are really good quality impact, but I always thinking about what happened if my viewer doesn't have that impact. What are they going to do? What happened if my viewers only have a impact almost dry? So what are they going to do? So if you, I'm going to just share with you. I'm going to just use this regular dye-based impact. So that's just to have a few color. You can just do the black, but that's just too boring. Why don't we add a little bit purple? Like if you see the penguin, even though they are like a fern is black and white, but you take a look at close, that black, the reflection, even like a crowd, they are like a black crowd, but when they go under the sunshine, you can see there's a little bit reflection, a little bit blue, a little bit like a dark green, a little bit purple. So instead we just use like a dark black, we can add a little bit pink, a little bit purple, a little bit blue to make your car more interesting. Okay, so if you have those VersaFine Clara, that's awesome. It's great impact. I really like it. I'm still short of a few color. If you don't, just use any dye-based impact. They will work just fine. And my dye-based impact is actually kind of dry. I actually have to re-ink them. Okay, so we are going to need a stamp positioner. If you have one, it's awesome. I definitely recommend it. If you don't have one, you can watch your video number, I think 45. I actually made a mistake. I thought it was a 43. Somebody sent to me, say, hey Lisa, it's actually, you're wrong, it's a 45. So watch the video 45, and if you are not sure what kind of paper to use, watch the paper review. The paper review number, don't remember. I will put the video below. So there is a review for all different kind of paper. Okay, so if you want to, you know, when you use like a detail stamp, you don't really need to use a stamp positioner, but when you want to working with these reverse images, see, what's a reverse mean? Reverse is like basically a completely flat and the images go in. So you are actually in those reverse area. Okay, so if you want to use this reverse stamp, you gotta make sure you got to have like a moisture impact, and then it's a good idea to have a stamp positioner because we definitely need to go back to print few times. So I am actually going to make a bigger card. So I this one I actually kind of tape two sheets together. So what you can do is you can just stamp one, and then the other side I'm going to show you what you're going to do. So I'm going to just put my stamp here, something just around here, right? And then just close here. Okay, and then remember, okay, one second here. Okay, so the new stamp, especially the reverse image, is a good idea that you use a eraser to erase the surface. So that way they will help the stamp ink much better. But just make sure you use regular cardstock, because I found when I use glossy paper, even I try to clean the surface as much as I can, but when I stamped it, they still get those dust. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp it first, and we are going to actually ink the stamp a few times, and then because this is a reverse solid image, I can tell you you need a few times to build it out that the color. So you can do a little bit pink, okay, kind of just a rubbing and the tapping on top. Okay, got to make sure your ink is nice and juicy. And then I'm going to just use a purple, kind of apply the color directly on top. If you start from the light color to the dark color, you don't really have to worry about ruining your ink pad. But if you start with the dark color, you apply the light color on top, your ink pad will pick up some dark color. Just be careful. Okay, and here is something else I want to mention before I started. So this is my magic mushroom, and I didn't really working with my magic mushroom for over 2-3 weeks, and you can see the right side is actually a brand new set. Okay, and then the left side is the one used one. You can see the size is really different. Okay, here's something I want you to do if you haven't used your magic mushroom over 3 months. Not 3 months, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I want you to wash your magic mushroom, okay? I know in the beginning of when I launch this magic mushroom, I say don't wash your magic mushroom, and because they will really grow up. But I found out if you don't use it for a while, they actually don't really blending well when they are too dry. So I wash those magic mushroom. I don't know, these few days is just so dry. I washed this morning, and I already found out the moisture is gone. So don't be afraid to wash your magic mushroom while they are okay. They will come back to the normal shape. So I just want you to wash it and then squeeze the extra water out. And then when you touch it, they have to feel a little bit thin. That's the best way the magic mushroom can perform. Okay, so you can see that I apply this lilac rosy color 501, and then this grape jelly 500. So I use a pink and a purple, right? And then I'm going to use my pink magic mushroom, kind of blending directly on the rubber stamp to hide those kind of blending mark. Okay, as long as you use dye-based impact, you don't really have to worry about your magic mushroom. And it's very important to have a stamp positioner, because without a stamp positioner, you won't be able to get a solid coverage like this. These I actually did a few times. So that's just rubbing with this Chucky. And then if you see on your magic mushroom have some color, don't worry about it. The tools, they are meant to be used. If your tool is like a brand new like this, that means you're not using. So what's the point? Just buy the tool. And for watching purpose, I want you to use your tool and to get the dirty. So use them, play with them. Okay, so I can tell you before I open it, the color is not what you think. Okay, it is okay, but I really want to build it out. This like a moon, like a dark moon. But I need a little bit pink, I need a bit purple, so I am going to do again. So start with the pink. If you want to, you can clean your stamp. But I'm going to just leave like that. Like I say, the tools mean to be used. Have you seen any artists? They are like really, really clean. They don't want to get a little bit paint under their fingernails. Okay, so let's do that, and then I'm going to do a little bit purple. This time I am actually going to add a little bit blue. Okay, and then on the my stem you can see this is some kind of marks, right? So what I'm gonna do is that we're gonna use our pink magic mushroom, kind of tapping. Okay, tapping is the best way. Tapping it and then try to hide those marks. You can even use the color you pick up, um borrow a little bit color, put here, and don't worry about your magic mushroom, they can be clean. Okay, and then this is my second run. Okay, just rub, and let's see what it look like. That looks very good already, right? So now we are going to working on the black. So we want to have some pink color and then some purple color, and then we add the black color on top. So if you want to add a little bit blue, you can do that. Let's just do that. So my ink is not actually not very juicy. It's actually pretty dry, especially my black. Okay, so I just want to show you, not everybody have all the impact that I'm using, right? So you can use any dye-based impact. They will work just fine. Even the pigment will do. Most of the ink is working well on the regular cardstock. If you want to working on the glossy, that's going to be different story. Okay, so that's just rub. Okay, that's what it look like. Okay, and now I actually want to have one more coat. This time I want to use a VersaFine. Anybody have a VersaFine? VersaFine is just a great impact. I will use a VersaFine Clara, but I think a lot of you guys probably don't have it. So I'm going to just use the things that most of people have. Okay, so kind of just tapping. Okay, like these, gentle. Okay, on my stem, I didn't really cover like 100% because I want my blue still can see like a gold. We can still see that little blue through the black. So let's do that. Let's see what it look like. Ooh, see? That looks really nice already, right? Okay, and then now what I'm gonna do is I can see on my black, I can still see a little bit white. Okay, not too much, just a little bit. So what are we gonna do is we are going to clean the stamps. Okay, I am actually going to use this purple. We are going to just do one more time. Okay, so this final stamp image is actually built out with a few layers. That's how my final project, the background is solid. It's not a thing. Okay, let's do that. I think that's the perfect already, right? And then there's more. So that's remove this one. Let me just clean this one. So does that make sense that you have to have a stamp positioner because it really help you to stamping few times in the same spot. Okay, so that's what it look like, but I kind of want to have a little bit more color. So now is the time. So we can use these magic mushroom on the top. They have some color already. Okay, don't be afraid if your pink get a little bit purple. Just wipe off with the wet cloth. They will be. Let me show you. Actually, you just wipe off with the wet cloth. Okay, we can clean few times and they will come back no color. Kind of just um, rub off the color. It will be clean. Okay, see, every time I clean, it's going to be okay. Okay, so now I actually want to use my magic mushroom kind of cover those little white gap, white just a little bit. We kind of just tap tap. Okay, like that. I think that's so pretty, right? Okay, and now how did I add the color? Let's grab this one. See on the package, there is a little bit yellow, a little bit green, a little bit light blue. So what you're gonna do is we are going to grab the yellow impact, okay, and then pick up some color. And remember, if your magic mushroom is too dry, just go wash it. Okay, so gently just tapping a little bit. Always start with a little. If not enough, we add more. Okay, so let's do that. And then we are going to give a little bit green because there's a tree there, right? So let's just grab a little bit green. But you're always testing your magic mushroom first. We just want to give a little bit green. We don't want too much. Okay, and around the circle part, they want to have a little bit blue. So I'm going to, okay, be gentle. We're going to start from the outside, bring in, because we still want to see that white. We don't want or moon become like a blue moon. We just want to give a little bit touch up of the color. That's it. So that looks exactly like my package, isn't it? So where did the package go? That's my package. Exactly the same, right? Okay, so now how I am going to extending my A2 size to a bigger size. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so this card, I actually use two small sheets and I just use the tape to tape it. You can barely see where is the connection, right? So for this one, what I'm gonna do is we are going to just use exactly the same color. We just go directly color on top. Okay, so that way you can extending your, we use exactly the color that we was using on the stamps. Okay, so just drawing a little circle. Like I say, this background, you got to spend some time to build it out. It's like you painting the house. You give it the prime coat first, right? And then you slowly and then say first layer and then second layer, they are slowly, if without the prime you just try to cover with the paint, they are really limit. So this same thing, we're going to just give it the foundation color first. So we're going to give it, this is considered is our prime color. Okay, let's do circling. Okay, and then, okay, and then I am going to do the blue. And then the last, I am going to do the black. So exactly the same color that I'm using. Okay, let's do this. And then, you know what, actually, yeah, let's do that. And then do a little bit darker blue. Okay, try to hide your like a sponge mark by drawing a little circle. And then you can go back with the pink. Okay, see, they are slowly built it out. And then later on when we add the black, and that's it. Is it going to extending your A2 size background to any size you like. You can do slimline car, you can do 4x6, 5x7, anything you like. Okay, so now I'm going to use the black color, so you can use the Versafine or you can use the Memento. So I'm going to just use the Versafine. We're going to start from outside, slowly drawing a circle. Okay, you got to feel it, okay, like this. And then we slowly connect this borderline. Okay, be careful, don't touch that moon part. Okay, so slowly blending it. Okay, and then we're going to rotate it. And then remember, I was talking about it's like painting your house. You got to have a prime, first layer, second layer, and then the color is going to get a solid. Okay, so this is actually what I'm going to do. I actually don't really like this white piece for my sentiment. So this area I am going to actually don't cover too much black to leave a little bit lighter color. So when I stamping my sentiment, the sentiment doesn't need that white layering. So I think that's going to show better. Okay, when you do the blending, always start from the outside, and then remember I have a video, Magic Mushroom 101. You use your two fingers to holding that sponge area, so that way your sponge is not going to wiggly like that. Okay, so and then I love the sponge because you can really controlling how much you want to blend. Okay. I think I still go a little bit too dark, but I think that's good enough. How do you think? Okay, so this is the white part. I'm going to trimming it so it doesn't matter. But if you want to add more black, we can do that. See? Now I'm extending my car. I'm going to trimming it. I will be right back. Okay, so I trimming it. You can still see this borderline, but if that doesn't bother you, if that does bother you, you can do a little bit more blending. That's okay, but I think it because after I put my wolf there, it's not going to show. It's going to cover that borderline, so that'll be fine. Remember, this is a handmade project. That borderline is to make these cards looks perfect. Okay, so I'm going to just do these. Okay, and then just mount on top. Okay, and then you can try all different color, right? Okay, so and then now I am going to put my wolf on top. So we are going to use these Call of the Wild. You can lose the frame, or you can keep the frame, anything you like. So I already pre-cut it. I started with this black, and I think if I mount on top, it doesn't really show. So I want to actually use the gold color and put my wolf on top. So I already pre-cut it, and remember this side have this kiss cut feature. So it's perfect to make a shadow. The shaker card is not defect item. So just when you die cut, if they didn't fall off the paper, is nothing wrong with that. It's just one of the special feature. Okay, so I'm gonna just trimming my wolf with scissors, and it's very easy, and just like that, just okay. So and then this is my gold. I think it just looks better with the gold. And then for the moon and this circle, I use 1.5 diameter circle punch. So just use this magic mushroom, give a little bit yellow, make it like a moon, and then we're going to mount under like that. right? Or if you want to, I think you maybe need a little bit more yellow. So just remember, treat your magic mushroom like any kind of sponge or brushes. Okay, if you use any acrylic or any kind of paint, you got to clean it. Otherwise, the surface will become harder, right? And I just love those sponges because I found out they are very easy to blend. Okay, for the wolf, I am going to just color the eyes first. And if you are the Copic lovers, you can just cover your wolf with any kind of media. But I am the lazy crafter. I don't like to spend too much time for coloring. So what I'm gonna do is I need a light blue. I use magic mushroom because all the local King's stamp image have a matching die to go with it, right? So when you color them, it doesn't really matter because we're going to die cut. So I'm going to just give it a little bit light blue and a little bit brown for this peanut butter color. Peanut butters. Okay, so I'm going to just, this is how I color it. But if you like to color with watercolor or if you like to color with a Copic, you can totally do that too. Okay, so that's how I colored it, fast and easy. And remember, if you haven't used your magic mushroom over 2 weeks, go wash them. Go wash them and watch them glue. Looks the size. They are different, right? And then trust me, the moisture magic mushroom, it works much better than the brand new one. Give it a little bit color, they will blending much better. So I have a 2 foam tape here. And then just mount my wolf over there. And I'm going to put my moon there. So I just use regular glue or the sticky dot. Okay, that's it. So okay, and I'm going to mount on here. I think that's really pretty already. Okay, so one more thing I would like to remind you before we finish the video. The background, because I'm spending a lot of, I use the magic mushroom to do a lot of blending, right? So they are still very moisture. And when they are moisture, the tape is not going to stick on that basic card. So the wolf nose is actually kind of pop out. You can put some diamond glaze on top. You can do like that. Ta-da! So that's what it look like. Even though my background stamp is small, but I am in. You know what? We are able to make a bigger card as you want. If you want to make a vertical card, you can put your moon in the middle, and then you can add a little bit extra space on the side. So my background is still a little bit wet because I was just planning to stamping my sentiment right here without this board white basic. So I just find that white is a little bit too much. It's kind of, you know, disturbed. So I probably use the gold embossing here, but I have to wait till this basic card is completely dry before I do the embossing. I try it with this card. That's why I cover my boo-boo with this one, because I try it and all the powder is stick on my foundation because it was still wet when I was doing the embossing. Okay, so that's the first project for the one of the new design, and I hope you like it. And this video, I'm more focused on the how you can get a perfect ink for your reverse background stand. This reverse background stand is kind of unique, and I am actually working on the different one, like this. This one is not a reverse. This is actually my next project. Like Lisa Love of the Life, this dandelion is my favorite background stand for this time. And this is the reverse image, and I'm going to share with you how did I get those color for color here. And also this attach over the magic is the reverse image. You can see they are reversed. They are different with the let's grab this one, you can see better here. The reverse image, you see. Okay, see the difference between these two? This is a detail stamp, you can see the outline, and this is a reverse, the images go in. So different way to stamping, they are all good. Okay, give you a little preview for the next video, the coming video. I am actually going to use this set, Tree to the Sky, and I'm going to use this quiet time. Perfect. I did went to camping, and King was asking me, did I really go camping, sleeping in the tent, or I have a trailer? Actually, we have a little trailer. I am past the age that go sleeping inside the tent. It's just getting old. I used to standing. I used to camp with the tent. I remember one time we went to Banff, the national park, and that was like a thunderstorm. It's like a thundering, windy, and we was camping the little tent with a little dog, and then it was so strong, like pulling rain and the wind. Actually, me and my husband, we had to sleep in with our arm and the legs are open, try to holding the tent, avoid the tent blew away by the strong wind. And then but that was a cold out moment. I wish I take some picture, but that was fun. But that was like 20 years ago. Okay, so I hope you liked today's video, and stay tuned for the next video coming soon. And remember, our fall new release free shipping promotion is going to end this Sunday, and take advantage of this free shipping, and plus this 5% off coupon code is good for everything. So the coupon code is LK28221F. So this 5% coupon code you can combine with the other 15% coupon code together. But remember, 15% off is for all the regular prices only. Does not include the fall new design, and it's not include the on sale items. Okay, so let me know what do you think about these moon stamps, and looking forward to see your creation. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamps. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.